Hello children, once again you all are welcome in the new session, and in this new session we are going to discuss about the map work, okay, especially the world map, and we are going to cover the plateaus, mountains, rivers and all other water bodies, especially bays, gulf, strait, oceans and seas. So let's start with it now. And before we start with the first map, once again a reminder from my side, if you like this video and if you feel that it is helping you out in your map work and your studies, so don't forget to share this with your friends. Do subscribe the channel also. Now let's start with it. The first map. Okay, the first map we have to discuss here is the plateaus. Okay, the important plateaus of the world. The first plateau we have to cover here is, you can see here children, in North America it's Canadian Shield. Got it? This is Canadian Shield. You can see here it's on the western side of North America. You will find the Western Cordilleras or the Rocky Mountains. So just very close to that in the northern part, you will find these, the Canadian Shield is present. Okay, and this Canadian Shield is covering this much part. You can see here the Great Lakes where I am showing you. These are the Great Lakes, right? And just in the north of the Great Lakes, you can see it is like this. Okay, this is Canadian Shield in North America. Now come to number 2, second plateau which we have to mark here is the Brazilian Highlands. Okay, you can see here it's covering a major part of Brazil, right? And this one is Brazilian Highlands. Clear? And you have to be very careful children when you mark the Brazilian Highlands. You have to check that a little part of it is going beyond the Tropic of Capricorn. The broken line which is shown here, this is actually Tropic of Capricorn. Okay, so in the south of Tropic of Capricorn a little bit of this is extended, rest of it is in the north of it, right? You can see here some rivers are coming out of this Brazilian Highlands, right? Now come to the third plateau here in the same South America. You will find another plateau is there, and this is actually Patagonian Plateau. You can see here, right? This is Patagonian Plateau. Fine. Now come to the rest of the part. One of the intermontane plateau, actually it is Iranian Plateau. You can see here it is lying in the north and south of it are actually two mountains are lying, right? It is lying in between the two mountains. You can say Elburz and Zagros. Okay, two mountains are there, and between these two mountains this particular plateau is lying. This is called Iranian Plateau. You can see exactly from where to where it is extending. Okay, so this is number 4 plateau we have to mark, right? Now come to the next one children. This is Tibetan Plateau, right? Tibetan Plateau, it is in the north of India, and especially when you mark this you have to be very particular that it is marked in the north of Brahmaputra river. You can see here this river which is going towards east, this is actually Brahmaputra river in India. Okay, and in the north of Brahmaputra this plateau is lying. Okay, so you have to mark here in the north of it. It should not go below that. Okay, now come to the last plateau which we have to mark, and this is the Mongolian Plateau. Clear? You can see here the 3 rivers are almost coming very close to each other, and here you have to mark this Mongolian Plateau. I hope this is clear to all of you. Yes? Once again, let's have a check. In North America there is only one plateau you have to mark here, that is Canadian Shield, which is actually occupying maximum part of Canada, right? This is Canadian Shield. Now come to South America. South America, two plateaus you have to mark. Number one is Brazilian highlands. Okay, it is covering maximum part of Brazil. Okay, the rivers are actually coming out of this highland, and the other plateau is the Patagonian plateau in the southern part of South America. Right, this is the Patagonian plateau. Now come to next one. Here in the this part you will find Iranian plateau is there. Right, in Asia, this is the one, and second one is in the north of India, that is Tibetan plateau. Okay, and one more, that is Mongolian plateau. Okay, so in total, children, you have to mark altogether 6 plateaus in the world map. Now children, the next map we have to mark here is of the mountains, and for the mountains, first of all children, you have to see that the mountains are not cutting any of the rivers. Okay, for an example, you can see here the Rocky Mountains. Okay, in North America you have to mark 2 mountains. Number one is Rockies, number 2 is Appalachians. Right, now when we talk about Rockies, okay, Rocky Mountains are lying on the western side of the North America. Right, but children, you can see here Rocky Mountains have to be drawn in such a way that these are touching the tip of the rivers. Okay, this mountain is actually touching the tip. That means what? The rivers are actually coming out of the Rockies. Right, it should not cut the rivers. Okay, this you have to keep in mind. Right, this is about the Rockies. Rockies are also called the Western Cordilleras. Right, from here till this point you have to mark. Right, now come to the second one. This is Appalachians. Right, Appalachian mountain. It is almost parallel to this coastal part. Okay, this is Appalachian. Right, it is an old fold mountain. Right, now come to the South America. In South America, one mountain you have to mark, and this mountain is almost going from north, extreme north to extreme south. It's going right along the western coast of South America. Right, this is Andes. Clear? You can see here children, once again I am telling you, as it starts from this point, you can see I am showing you with the help of the cursor here. Right, and it's starting from this point. Okay, very close to equator, and as it moves down from here, only the Amazon river is rising. Okay, it should not cut the Amazon river. Clear children? And moving down like this, it stretches till here. This is the Andes mountain, and it is present in South America. Now come to the next continent, that is Africa. This is Africa. Yes. Now in Africa children, again 2 mountains you have to mark. Right, number one is Atlas. This northern part you will find in the northern part of Africa. There is a mountain which is Atlas. Its name is Atlas. Now here you can see it's the space which is left here. Right, you will find the shape of Africa is such that this Atlas, you can see it gets set within this space. Right, in this manner, if you see, you'll be able to mark Atlas mountain. Right, now one more mountain you have to mark. It is extreme in the south of Africa. Right, and it is along the coast. Okay, this is Drakensberg mountain. This is Drakensberg, and from it only the Orange river is arising. Right, this is Orange river. The southernmost river is Orange river. Clear? So one is Drakensberg and the other one in the north is Atlas mountain. Now let's move to the next continent, and which is Europe. Okay, in Europe, if you see, in the northwestern parts of Europe, this is northwestern part of Europe. Okay, you will find one mountain is present here. Yes, and this is actually called Scandinavian mountain. Okay, this mountain is you will find a lot of glacial activities are seen there. Okay, and this Scandinavian mountain is lying in the northwestern part of Europe. Okay, you can see how it has been marked. Now come down to the second mountain which we have to mark here. This is Atlas, right? This is Atlas River. From the Atlas River only the Danube River is arising, and you can see here the river is touching the Atlas mountain. It should not be cut by the the Alps mountain. Okay, the Alps mountain is actually there in the north of Italy. This part is actually Italy. Clear? So in the north of Italy, Alps mountains are lying, and just touching that Alps mountain, you will find a river is coming out, and this is Danube River. Next, come to one more mountain, comparatively smaller mountain. This is Pyrenees, right? Pyrenees mountain, and it is actually if you see here, children, this is actually Iberian Peninsula, right? This part is called Iberian Peninsula. Spain, Portugal, these are there. Now you will find there is a narrow part of land is there. Okay, there is a narrow part of land is there in this part. Yes, and it is just like, you can see neck, right? Just like a neck. And here only within this part you have to mark the Pyrenees mountain. Okay, Pyrenees is lying just within the neck of this. Okay, that narrow part of it. Clear? So this is Pyrenees. One more is there, Alps in the north of Italy, right? One more is Scandinavian mountain. Again, all these are in Europe. Okay. One more is there, children, Caucasus. There is one more mountain, Caucasus mountain, and it is actually, you can see here the two seas are there. This is Black Sea, right? This part is Black Sea, and this vertical, you can see north-south extent of this sea is there, and it is, yes, which is this sea? This is Caspian Sea. Okay, so between Black Sea and Caspian Sea, you can see in curved form you have to mark this mountain, which is Caucasus mountain. Okay, it is lying in between this. Okay, clear now? Then come to the next one, children. This is Zagros. Zagros. In the earlier map I told you that the Iranian plateau, there is a plateau which is lying in between the two mountains lying here. Okay, so the southern mountain of that is Zagros, right? This is Zagros mountain, and after this one more is there in the north. This is actually almost, it is forming the boundary between Asia and Europe, right? These are, you can say, north-south extent of these mountains can be seen, and it is Ural mountains, right? This is Ural mountain. Okay, children, and this is again Old Fold mountains, right? Now come to the next part of it, where you will find in India Himalayan mountains can be seen, right? Himalayas are present here in the northern part of India. Okay, so this is one, and another one is Khingan. You can see here Khingan mountain between Huanghe and Amur river. It is actually stretching like this, and it is almost, if you mark it and you just check, it is almost parallel to this coast. Okay, so you will find, if you mark it like this, this is Khingan. It is actually very close to this corner where the Huanghe river is getting turned, right? From here, if you see, very close to this, if you start marking, and it goes very close to this curve of Amur river, right? So this is Khingan mountain. Done. And one more is there, the last one you have to mark in this map, that is Great Dividing Range. Okay, a mountain which is there in the southeastern coastal part of Australia, right? This part. Clear? Now on the eastern coast of Australia, you will find this mountain range is extending for a long distance, and the two rivers, Murray and Darling rivers, are coming out of this mountain. Okay, so again I am telling you, children, where you find the rivers are coming towards the mountain, it should not The mountain should not cut the rivers, right? The mountain has to touch the rivers. Okay, so this is all about the mountains map, children, right? If you want, we can have a quick recap of it, right? Let's have a check. In North America, there are how many mountains? We have to mark 2 mountains. Number 1 is Rockies and number 2 is Appalachians, right? Rockies, you can see, Rockies are extending on the western side of this North America continent, and Appalachians are lying almost parallel to this coast, right? Now come down to South America. In South America, Andes mountains, okay? These are extending from the extreme north to extreme south, and these are the Andes mountains. Only one mountain you have to mark in the continent of South America, right? Now come to Africa. In Africa, again, 2 mountains you have to mark, children. One is Atlas, okay, got it? One is Atlas and the other one is Drakensberg, right? These are in Africa. Now come to Europe. In Europe, you will find several mountains are there. Let's start from the northwestern part of it. In the northwestern part of Europe, you will find Scandinavian mountains are there. These are Scandinavian mountains. Next one, number 2 is Alps, right? It is also touching the Danube river, and it is actually in the north of this part that is called Italy, right? This is actually Italy. Now, as we move down again, there is a neck-like formation, okay, between Iberian Peninsula and the mainland. You'll find there is a neck-like formation. Is a very narrow part of it is there, and there only you have to mark the Pyrenees, right? This is Pyrenees. Okay. Now come to the next one, that is Caucasus. Now these Caucasus mountains are lying in between the Black Sea on one side and the Caspian Sea on the other, right? This is called Caucasus mountain. Clear, children? And one more mountain is there. It extends north-south, right? And this is almost, it is forming a natural boundary between Asia and Europe, and it is called Ural mountain. Okay, these are Urals. Clear? One more mountain is there in the south of Caspian Sea. You will find in the earlier map I told you, in the map of plateaus, I told you about the Iranian plateau, right? Iranian plateau lies between 2 mountains. Okay, in the north of it, it is Elburz mountains, and in the south of it, it is Zagros mountain. Here you have to mark the Zagros mountain. Okay, this is Zagros. Clear now? And let's move to the further east. In India, you have to mark Himalayas. In this manner, you have to mark, children, right? Okay, these are the Himalayas. Now Khingan. Khingan is almost parallel to the coastal part, this coast of, yes, the mainland, right? So it is one mountain which is coming very close to, if you see the corner of the Huangho river, this corner, very close to this you will start marking, and you have to mark till the point where it reaches very close to again the Amur river. Understood, children? So this is actually Khingan mountain. Clear? Now come down to the next one. In Australia, there is only one mountain you have to mark, children, that is Great Dividing Range. Okay, along the eastern coast, the southern part, you can say the eastern coast, in that also the southern part of it, the Great Dividing Range can be seen. Okay, this is a mountain which you have to mark, right? And in the Africa, you will find Atlas and Drakensberg. These are the total mountains we have to mark in this world map. Now the next map we have to mark is that of the rivers. Okay, all the major rivers of the world. Clear? And let's start with it now. How to mark all the important rivers? First of all, let's take again continent wise. Number 1, North America. In North America, children, you have to mark again the 2 rivers. Number 1 is Mississippi. Okay, you can see here Mississippi is the first river and the second river is Colorado. Clear? Now how to mark Mississippi? You can see one main river is actually going north-south, right? In this part, it's going north-south. Clear? From this part it is arising and it is joining the Gulf of Mexico, and this straight one is called the Mississippi, right? This is Mississippi River. Okay, now come to the next one. This is Gulf of California. Very close to the Gulf of California there is one river which is there in the river map, and this is actually the Colorado River, right? This Colorado River falls in the Gulf of California. Okay children, so one is Mississippi and the other is Colorado. Clear? Now come to the next one, Amazon River. Okay, in South America you will find Amazon River is the most important one, right? It is forming almost 7 mark, right? Just like 7. Now come to the next one, Paraguay. Okay, this is actually Paraguay River. Now let me tell you one thing children, many times the children get confused and they just mark the complete line which is being shown here, the complete river as Paraguay, right? But it is not, okay, because the lower part is forming actually the southern part of the main river which is actually called Parana. Its name is Parana. This is the main stream, main river, and Paraguay is just a tributary of this main stream. Clear children? And that's why you have to just mark from the beginning till the point the Paraguay River is joining the Parana River. This is called Paraguay, the small part of it, right? Now come to the next one. Now let's take Africa, okay, as the next continent. In Africa you can see the first river we have to mark is Niger. Okay, this is Niger. Next river is Nile. It is actually this very close to the, you can say the equator. There is a small lake from where the Nile river is arising, and it goes straight upside, that is towards the north, and it joins the Mediterranean Sea, right? And this is called as Nile River. Okay, and besides this you will find there is again a river. This river is Zaire, okay, and this is the only river which cuts the equator twice. Okay, so this is Zaire River. Number 1 was Niger, second is Nile, number 3 is Zaire. Okay, now come to Zambezi. Zambezi River is the next one. It actually flows towards the other side of it, that is the eastern coast of Africa. Okay, and the last one is Orange River. Orange River is arising from a mountain which we have marked in the earlier map. Yes, it is arising from the Drakensberg. Okay, Orange River is arising from the Drakensberg mountain. Clear? So these are all the rivers which we have to mark in the continent of Africa, right? Now let's talk about the rivers of Europe. Okay, children, you can see here 2 small lines are there in this part, right? Very close to England. If you see on the mainland of Europe, you will find 2 small rivers are there. Okay, these are not lines, actually these are showing the rivers. Okay, now the upper one, okay, the river which is there in the north, right? There are 2 rivers, very small rivers are shown. The southern one is Seine, but the northern one is actually Rhine River. Okay, Rhine. Clear? Northern one is the Rhine River. And along with this, if you see to let's move to the next part of it. There is one river which was touching the Alps mountain in the earlier map, and that is this river. This is actually Danube River. Okay, this river is Danube River. Clear now? Then come to Volga, right? Volga River is actually touching the Caspian Sea, right? And this Volga River goes actually in the extreme northern parts of Asia, right? And it has got a long path, long course is there which it follows, right? This is Volga. Again, extreme northern side, if you see, there is the origin of another river, right? You will find here, there is from the central part it originates and it moves towards extreme northern side, that is, it is joining the Arctic Ocean, right, through a gulf, and this is actually called the Ob River, right? It is arising in the central part of Asia and it starts moving straight towards the northern side. Okay, so this is Ob River, Ob River, right? Now come down to the next two rivers, right? This is actually the part of world where you will find Tigris and Euphrates. Both the rivers are actually seen in this part, and they both fall at almost the same point, where in the Persian Gulf, right? These two rivers are falling in the Persian Gulf. Clear now? And out of these two rivers, you can see a smaller one. The smaller one is Tigris and the longer one is actually Euphrates. Okay? Clear now? Then come to the next one. Next one is in the Indian subcontinent, you can say. Number one is Indus River. Right? In the north of India, you will find the Indus River originates very close to Mansarovar Lake, and it moves towards the western side, and it joins ultimately, after crossing some part of India, it joins Pakistan. Okay, it travels through Pakistan and ultimately it joins the Arabian Sea. So this is actually the Indus River. Okay, second river which we have to mark in India, that is Ganga. You can see here, it is actually shown here in this manner. Ganga is passing through the plains of India. Okay, right? It has done a lot of deposition in the plains of India, and that's why many times the plains are also called by the name Indo-Gangetic Plains. Right? Now the next one is Myanmar. Okay, in Myanmar you will find, children, there is first river which you have to mark is Irrawaddy. Right? This is the name, Irrawaddy River. Okay. Now number two, the second river we have to mark is the Mekong River. Mekong River is the longest river in this part. Okay. This is Mekong River. Then after this, come to the next one, that is Yangtze Kiang, and the Yangtze Kiang is going towards the east. Right? Same way the Huangho River also moves towards the east. Okay, so these are all the different rivers which we need to mark. And yes, children, two more rivers are left. In Australia, you will find the longer one is Darling River, and the smaller river is actually the Murray River. Okay, so these all are the different rivers you have to mark in the world map. Okay, now before we move to the next map, let's have a quick recap of this again. See, first of all, you take North America, right? In North America, how many rivers we have to mark? Two. Number one is Colorado, okay, and number two is Mississippi. Clear? Now come to South America. South America, again two rivers we have to mark. Number one is Amazon River. Okay, this is Amazon River, right? And number two is actually Paraguay River. Paraguay, again I am repeating, it is just a tributary of the main stream. Okay, now come to the next continent, that is Africa. In Africa you will find there is Niger River. This is Niger, number one. Number two is Zaire River. This is the river which cuts the equator twice. Okay. Number three is Zambezi, right? And the last one in Africa continent is Orange River. Okay. This is Orange. The last one is Orange River, and it is coming out from the Drakensberg mountain. Clear, children? Now let's talk about Europe. Okay, there are two small rivers which are actually going to the English Channel, very close to England. You can see here, children, right? There is one more river in the south of, yes, in the south of Rhine River, and what is its name? It is Seine, right? The lower one is Seine and the upper one is the Rhine River. Okay, then come to Danube. Danube River is actually touching the Alps mountain, right? As it keeps moving, it joins the Caspian Sea. Sorry, it joins the Black Sea, right? So Danube River is arising from here and it goes till the time it joins the Black Sea. This is Black Sea. Okay. Volga River is the next one. Volga River continues and it joins the Caspian Sea. Clear? This is Volga River. Got it now? Now come to Tigris and Euphrates. There are two sister rivers present in this part, right? The smaller one is called Tigris and the longer one is called Euphrates. Okay, so this is done. Now come to Ob River. Ob River is actually in the central part of Asia. It originates and it moves further towards the north. Okay, and this is called Ob, right? Now in the case of India, if you see, there are two rivers. Number one is Indus and number two is Ganga. Okay, Indus River, you can see, this is Indus River arising very close to Mansarovar, and from here it crosses the, yes, most of the mountains and all, after mountainous area and all, it ultimately reaches to the coast and where it joins the Arabian Sea, right? So after crossing some part of India, it then flows through the Pakistan region. Understood? This is Indus River. Next is Ganga River. Ganga River, almost, you can see here one river has been shown in the central part of India. This is actually the Ganga River, right? Now come to the eastern side of it. The first river you have to mark here is the Huangho River. Okay, Huangho. This is the first river, right? Number two is Yangtze Kiang. Number two is the Yangtze Kiang River, right? And number three is Mekong River. Number three is the Mekong River, one of the longest rivers. Okay, and after this, one more small river is lying here, that is Irrawaddy. It is Irrawaddy River. Okay, and last of all, you will find there are two more rivers which are coming from, which are getting originated from the Great Dividing Range. Okay, so now the first river you have to mark here is the Darling, and the second river you have to mark is the Murray River. Okay, these are all rivers we have to cover in this map. Okay, children, now once again let's have a quick recap of this. In North America, two rivers, Mississippi, straight one going straight towards north. This is Mississippi. Then number two is Colorado, right? A small river comparatively, but it is falling in the Gulf of California. Okay, now come to the South America region. In this continent you will find Amazon River is flowing through this, right? The most important river. Now after this, one more river you have to mark, that is Paraguay, not Parana. Okay, mind it. Just keep this in mind very clearly. The main stream is this one, right? The main stream is this, and over the main stream, when any tributary joins the main stream, that is actually, in this case, it is Paraguay, right? A small river which is joining the main stream. Now come to Africa. In Africa you have to mark Nile. First of all, it is originating from the Victoria Lake. It keeps on moving towards north and ultimately it joins the Mediterranean Sea. Okay, number one. Number two is Niger, right? This is Niger River. Okay, and next is Zaire. Now regarding Zaire, I told you children that this is the only river which crosses the equator twice. Okay, it crosses the equator twice. And after this, Zambezi. Zambezi is a river which is actually flowing towards the east, right? And after that, the last river which we have to mark in Africa, that is Orange. Okay.